and we can do our shout outs. So if you have any shout outs you want to do, just unmute yourself and feel free. I wanted to shout out Jen Feathers because she and I were the only people on our Power Hour Monday night. And we sat there and we did it. And we chatted back and forth a little bit about what we were doing and some ideas of things we could say to people in conversations and stuff. And, but so even though it was just the two of us, we were both there. So, and we did the work. You're welcome. My daughter. What, honey? Oh, thank you so much. I needed that. Hi. Okay, say hi and then go get in bed. Hi. Hi. Jackie's right here. Hi, Jackie. Hi. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Carson. Hi, Laurel.
All right, go get in bed now. Whoops. Okay, be good, okay, buddy?
I can see Laura. I can see Carson.
Yes, everyone's saying hi to you. Okay, go get in bed.
He has to stop talking.
Yes,
He's coffee.
He needs to go get in bed. Good night.
Mommy, that
Hey.
boy is coughing me.
We need to start our call, so I need you to be a big boy and help Sissy get in bed.
I want to sit in your lap.
No, sir. What did we talk about before I came out here?
Can we play in my room while you're...
Go play in your room. That's fine. Just
Yeah.
make sure you stay in there. Probably pay for that in the morning. Okay. Well, if there's no other shout outs, sorry. You just got to hear me negotiate with my 5-year-old. We can get right into it because Jackie's got lots of good stuff to share about taxes. So if this is your first time going through tax season, or if you need some ideas for next year, she's going to give tips for what you need to do this year, but then also some of the things she'll share, like if you haven't been working long enough to have to do taxes this year, then there's some things you could be doing now to make it easier on you next year when it's tax time. So I'll let her take it away.
Hey guys. So first and foremost, if you have not made at least $600, you will not get a form in the mail. What is it? 1099, I think is what it's called. So if you didn't get one, you didn't make $600, and that's okay. You don't have to claim anything that you made that was under $600. So for example, I have my husband's account and I didn't get one for his because I must not have made $600 last year. Last year was kind of a bit of a blur, but
you know what else I learned this year? So you had to make $600 and you had to spend $5,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how would they know that?
Is that not right, Linnea?
I got a tax form. I got a tax form for my year, but I did not spend $5,000 on.
Oh, you mean like $5,000 through the company?
That's what I thought. Maybe
No.
I misinterpreted it because I was like, how in the world did I spend that much money?
I added up. I don't know. I added up my expenses just from Beachbody, and it was less than 3.
Okay. So I don't know then, because I requested mine digitally because I needed them quicker than they were coming because of my house. And when I read something in the fine print, I swear it said that, but maybe I'm wrong. I must be wrong. Because I was thinking, how in the world did I spend $5,000? What did I buy? I don't think I would have ever spent $5,000. Anyway, sorry. Not important.
No, that's so yeah, anyway, so I have a couple things that I'm going to share with you on my screen. I started in 2015, so I've made a spreadsheet every year on Google Drive to kind of divide up all of my expenses. and they're into like different categories, and I'll share them with you. That way I have everything like ready to go and I can print it and give it to my accountant. I do not do my own taxes. I'm not even going to try because I'm pretty sure I would fail at it. So, but I've used 2 accountants, a new one since we've moved, and both knew exactly what to do with everything I gave them. So as long as you have it pretty organized, your accountant should know exactly what to do. If they don't, then I would probably find someone that's more familiar with network marketing. I remember I had some questions when I first did it for my 2015 taxes. And I was talking to our big upline, Lindsay Caterino, because she's also a former CPA. And that was something that she had suggested if my accountant couldn't figure something out, to just look for a different one that could do it properly. Because obviously you want to have your taxes done right and you want to claim everything that you can. So let's see if I can share my screen correctly. Okay. All right. So this is a Google Doc. Hold on, let me hide this. This is a Google Doc of my tax deductions from last year. So first on the bottom here, you'll see that I have square footage of my living space and then my square footage of my home office space. That is something that I've needed for both accountants. I'm assuming you need it for all accountants, but I could be wrong. And they do that in order to take percentages of some of your deductions, like your deductions that you take from your living space. So you can claim your phone bill, your cell phone bill, you can claim your internet, you can claim, I assume you can claim your mortgage, because I claim my rent, and they take percentages of that based on the square footage of your living space. So they're not going to take all of your monthly expenses of your rent and utilities and things like that. They're just going to take a percentage based on the square footage of your quote unquote home office space. So here, and last year, or 2017, I lived in 2 different spaces. So I listed them both in the months that I lived there. So that way she was able to break that down. But I will only need to give her this one this year. So my house that I'm renting is about 1,500 square feet, and my home office square footage is about 156. So, and she knows exactly what to do with that. That way I don't have to mess with taking percentages of all my bills. That's a lot of work that I really don't want to do. So I will go over all of the columns. I created a blank document of this that I can share on our Google Drive. I don't know if I did one last year or not, but if I didn't, I will put it there and share with you all these categories that I have. So don't feel you need to write them down if you don't want to. So first, our office supplies, anything that I have bought, even if it was just for my house or for the business. So I go to Staples, Walmart, Target, Christmas tree shop. I like to get note cards there a lot. Amazon. My plum planner went on there. Any Coach gifts. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Lindsay, you can only spend like 20 or 25 on a Coach that's not labeled like your team on it or something, or your logo, right?
Yeah, you can do 25 for any coach underneath you and 50 for your personally sponsored coaches.
Gotcha. Okay. And so all my Coach gifts went here, and that included like Christmas, whatever. Now in 2017 was when I had my children. So all of my Coach gifts were pretty much bought after Christmas that year. So that's why it kind of looks really depleted there. But anyway, customer appreciation, I don't always have, but sometimes you might give someone an incentive to join you and they just don't have all the funds or whatever. So you give them like $10 off, $20 off. This particular person, I gave her $30 off. I honestly don't even remember what the package was, but it must have been a hefty number, and I knew I was going to make more than 30 back. So I gave her $30 off. So that's what that's under. Networking and advertising, all the business cards that I bought And this is, I don't even know if anyone really does Facebook advertising anymore. I guess that depends if you have a business page for Facebook and you use it. But I did use mine a little bit in 2017, and I paid $4.99 for my Facebook advertising. So any kind of advertising that you would do at all, like I said, business cards, which some of you may or may not have. In some of these categories, you might not have anything in them, and that's okay.
Something that I've been adding into my networking and advertising is any pictures that I have taken. So if I have a professional photographer take pictures,
Oh, yeah, okay.
I put that, I write that off because I use those pictures to promote my business on social media. So there's that.
Well, it's a good idea because I had some taken last year.
Yeah, like even if it's the boys, first birthday pictures or something, you use those. You know.
Yeah. Huh. Good idea. Well, there you go, guys. Then I have a section for mail. Anytime I buy stamps, and stamps like ever, like whether I use the stamps for Beachbody or not, I put them on there. Which mostly they're used for Beachbody anyway. I mean, most of my bills are done online and things like that. But so, I mean, unless it's Christmas time, most of my stamps are going towards like thank yous and things like that. I also put on their postage. Like if I have to actually physically go to the post office and get a package with postage put on it, I save all of my receipts to the post office. And that's something if you are not doing, you definitely need to be doing, is saving your receipts in general for any of these items that might be on here. So like going back to office supplies, I always save all of my receipts for any office supplies. Any receipts that I get for coach gifts, like Alyssa Homewood on Free and Fierce makes a lot of things for me and for my coaches and myself and whatever. And she gives me a digital receipt and a paper receipt, and I save those. So just please make sure you save them, whether they're digital receipts or not. I have a folder in my Gmail that's labeled Beachbody, and I just kind of throw them all in there. That way, come tax season, it is really easy for me to find them. Education, any PD books that you buy, I put under there. When I went to a Super Saturday last year, I put that under there because you are getting educated, and I had to pay for my ticket to go. Legacy leadership. Oh yeah, that was what I did with Josh Coates last summer. So any kind of training that you do to educate yourself as a coach, even like I said, even if it's called a PD book or like a PD book that you buy on Amazon, that kind of thing. Sorry, I'm seeing like comments posted, but I can't see them. Hold on, let me see. You can include your gas if you were physically, yeah, you can include gas and stuff too. From what I've been told, I think more bang for your buck is on mileage versus the actual gas receipt. I'm getting there, Jennifer Feathers, about the Summit tickets. I am not very good at logging my miles. I'm not going to lie. I did when I drove to Nashville for Summit the 2 times, but because of pure laziness / not very good at keeping track, I keep the gas receipts, but it is better bang for your buck to actually track the miles. And I know people like keep little notebooks in their car. I think there's also a couple apps that are really good at helping you keep track of your miles too. And that includes like even just going to get supplies that you need. Okay, sorry, I'm getting a headache. Okay, wear and share. This goes back to kind of like the Alyssa Homewood stuff. Some of you may or may not know who she is. She's the one that makes a lot of stuff for us, for our team. I have her make a lot of things for me, for my specifically sponsored coaches, or even for myself. And this is stuff that I've all bought for me. So anything that I bought at Coach Summit, and it has like Beachbody on it. It has, the logos on it. It has, in 2017, it had Team Evolve on it. So anything that I know that I bought last year that Grit and Grace was put on it, or that was straight from Beachbody, that all is going to go in there, and that can be claimed under there. Product of the product. Basically anything you consume or use from Beachbody goes under here, and you will see, and I have a lot. Looks like about $2,200 worth of stuff from 2017. That includes Shakeology, that includes any boosts, that includes Performance Line, that includes any equipment. Like I bought myself a new core mat. I bought the step will go under there for, I guess I bought that in 2018. Anything that you buy that you consume, your Energize, whatever, that all goes under there. And that you are able to deduct because you are essentially, we're sharing your product of the product to the world. And it's, your way of sharing with the world, why you like your products, and it's helping you, with your business. So that everything that you buy and consume from Beachbody is eligible for deductions. Business meals and entertaining. I don't have many of these. Technically, anyone that you eat with that is a coach, you can deduct. I technically, any dinner that I eat out with my husband could technically deduct if I wanted to, because he is one of my quote unquote coaches. Anytime that I had, like I went to Panera with Brittany Hauer, in State College on a Super Saturday. So I logged that. Anything, like I said, food, coffee. I saved my receipts when I went down to North Carolina, last month, and we went out for lunch and we got coffee at Starbucks and whatever else. Or Mindy and I stopped for lunch on the way, and we stopped for lunch on the way home. And I saved all of those receipts because I could deduct those because it was for a trip for Beachbody related. Travel and auto maintenance. So this goes with anything you travel, like this would be where your gas and stuff would go. Anything Coach Summit related, that's not the wear and share you buy when you're at the core, goes in here. So my NOLA flight went under there. The night stay that I paid for myself at the Ritz-Carlton was there. The food that I bought while I was traveling goes there. So anything with travel of any kind, even if it's like for a Super Saturday, if it's for, I guess I probably could have put the business meal with the State College with Brittany under there. Probably doesn't matter either way, because they're kind of the same thing. But yeah, Uber ride, because that was a piece of transportation for us. Sorry, I can't talk. Home office. So this is where your rent/mortgage can go, and as well as your business fees that you pay. So I pay 2 business fees every month because I pay one for my account and I pay one for Ryan's account. I put R next to his. I don't know if my accountant really needs to know which ones are his and which ones aren't, but I put them next to it. Anyway, he doesn't have money. I don't have money to claim for him, so I'm not really sure how all that works. You can claim your electric bill because you need your electric bill for your house to run, and you also need your electric bill to work, on your computer and charge your phone. You can also, so no, that's it. Sorry. So that's for your home office. This is going to be a section where your accountant takes the percentage, is all in this section. Oh, I see more comments. I want to make sure they're not questions for me. Sorry. Anytime I drive to New York, I keep mileage because I stop to see Jackie and others along the way. Yeah, that's a good idea. Super basic spreadsheet that literally lists the things I spent money on in one column, the date and the amount. I don't have it broken down by these categories. Any reason that should be a problem? Honestly, I'm not really sure because I've never given it that way. It probably depends on your accountant. I know Mindy, this might not be the most efficient way, but she literally uses the same credit card for everything that she spends Beachbody on, which a lot of people do. And she literally just highlights everything that she knows is Beachbody related and gives copies of that to her accountant, and her accountant is okay with that. Some accountants might charge you extra for their time for breaking that down for them. I don't know how they put it in their system and things like that. I just do it so I save time for my accountant, and I'm not paying any more than I need to. So honestly, I'm not really sure. I would maybe ask your accountant and see what they think. Okay, sorry. Petty cash and tips. So I use this for, sorry, thanks, not a bad idea, ask them. Yeah, I mean, I would do that just to ask them, just because, I don't know, maybe every account's different. Some might be more of a stickler than others. I have no idea. The second one I had was kind of a stickler. Hi, Laurel. I think you should be sleeping. Petty cash and tips. So we must have had like a big challenge group prize back in December of 2017, and I contributed $15. It might have been like Gift of Health or something, and for whatever it was. So anything that I like send cash to other people for, you know, random things, even if it's on PayPal electronically, it kind of goes like in a leftover category if it doesn't fit anywhere else. Now, telephone and telecommunications, this is another category where they will take the percentage, I believe, of your square footage because of your internet and your phone. So my phone bill goes on here and my internet bill goes on here for the entire year. And they can use that as part of your deductions. I think I have another category down here, don't I? Oh, no, I guess I don't. Where did I put my summit ticket? I could have sworn. Did I not put my summit ticket on last year? Huh. I can't even find it on here. If I'm not mistaken, summit ticket would go in education. I thought I put it somewhere else, but I don't even see it at all. Maybe I didn't claim it last year. I don't know. I was in a real rush doing this at the last minute because my twins were like 2 months old. So this is actually pretty good. I'm doing it like late at night for a couple weeks. So yeah, I would put summit ticket under education because I mean, it really is your quote unquote education. If I go back to my Google Drive, let's see if I can find it on 2016. Let's see, Summit Rooftop Leadership Training was under education. Oh, I had a free ticket that year. That's not a good year to look at. Let me look at 2015. Sorry, guys. My 2015 one is very, very basic. Product of the product, home office. Yeah, that one's not a good one to look at apparently because I didn't claim a whole lot. I'm going to say it goes under education because, I mean, I put my Super Saturday ticket under there. I don't think it's really going to matter what category you put it in, but I would say education is probably the best one. I mean, you probably could put it under travel too because you're traveling to go there. So either one of those probably won't make a difference for where you put your summit ticket is what I'm going to say to that. So, and I have it set up in the spreadsheet of, Google Docs. I do not add this myself. I have Google Docs do it for me, just like in Excel. So this is a formula in here. As you can see up here, this is a formula. I do have to make some adjustments, you know, if my columns get more filled or less filled, and you know, I'm kind of a type A and get really anal with things and have to make everything look the same and neat. But this is the basics of what my spreadsheet looks like. I also wanted to show you this. I'm sorry if I'm going too fast. This is something, again, we used to do a lot with Sweet Elite back in the day, and Lindsay Caterino was very helpful with a lot of things because she used to be a CPA, and this was a document she had shared with the team on anything that you are allowed to claim. I don't know if this is on the Google Drive or not, but if it's not, I will put it there. So these are just all different categories, and that's kind of where I got all my categories from there. So if you have categories that fit in here that I don't, you know, you're more than welcome to put that in here. So like petty cash and tips, advertising and marketing, employer client gifts, so coach gifts or challenger gifts, outside help. If you hire an independent contractor or family member, you can deduct their pay as a business expense. So that would probably be where, if any of you have like a virtual assistant, probably would go there, I would think. Service fees, if you pay for a fee for your credit card. Oh, interesting. Never thought about that. Professional fees, furniture. If you buy a new phone, you can claim that. Any furniture you buy for your office, you can claim that. If you bought a new computer, you can claim that. These are like all things that you use to help, run your business. Any repairs that you make that help run your business, which technically I guess I did pay to get my computer fixed last year. I probably could put that under there. Didn't even think about that. Software that you buy, any like probably, I would think any apps that you buy on your phone to use for the business, I can't imagine why you wouldn't be able to claim that. I mean, this document's pretty helpful. There's stuff on here that you probably wouldn't have, but that's pretty much it. Does anyone have any questions? Stop share. Let me click on that. I write off my 99 cents each month to pay for extra. Oh, I never thought of that. I do that every month too for the last like 3 years. Huh. I should do that too. Cleaning lady. One helpful hint I have is I update my spreadsheet each month when I pay bills. That way I don't have to figure out where all my deductions are coming from. Yeah, so I do not do that. But I keep telling myself every year I'm going to be more organized the next year, and then it never happens. So I envy you, Christy, because that is my goal in life, is to be more organized and not be scrambling at the very end. But the last 2 years, I guess I kind of maybe have an excuse with the whole babies thing, but it is really awful to be scrambling at the end, and it is a lot of work. But there's a lot of people get like one of those accordion file folders, and they'll like make different tabs and just kind of put all your receipts in there. And that's one way of keeping organized. Or you can just, like Christy said, at the end of every month, maybe go through your receipts and plug them in your spreadsheet and then be done with them. I would save them though. God forbid you get like audited or something. I always save my receipts. But yeah, I mean, there is so much you can deduct on there, and it's really, really, really helpful come tax time. And as long as you have a smart accountant, they're going to know exactly what to do with it. I mean, I literally had a new accountant last year. I gave her everything. I explained what I do, and she knew exactly what to do and had literally no questions for me and didn't question anything that I deducted. So anything else? Was that helpful? Anything else, Lindsay?
Sorry, I'm multitasking.
I see that.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. One thing that when I just bought my house, my lender for my mortgage had me do a profit loss sheet. So if you don't want to keep a Excel sheet or a Google sheet like that, you can just do a profit loss, which is a lot more basic. But in my opinion, you pretty much have to tally everything up the same way in order to get the profit loss. So it might be easier if you keep a spreadsheet throughout the year and then create the profit loss thing, because that's what I had to turn into her. And then the other thing she mentioned to me was you can write off part of your car. Like if you travel at all for business, then like part of your monthly payment, like towards your car, is a revenue. So I need to find that out, because I don't know. I told her, I was like, I don't think I can really write off part of my car. Like, I don't know what I use it for on a daily basis for my business.
Right.
Something worth looking into, because maybe we can. Like if my new payment's like $4 something a month, if I could write off $40 of that, even, like 10% of that
sucks when your car is paid off.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't suck when your car's paid off, but I'll look into that, because she just mentioned it to me last week when I was in her office, and I was like, I've never written off part of my car. So I don't know. I've written off mileage, like you said, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some other little things that I've learned along the way. Like I'm like Jackie, anytime my Christmas cards are a write-off because I send a lot of them to you guys. So I just write off all of it. Like I don't think anyone's going to audit me and come say, well, who all did you send Christmas cards to and how are they associated with your business, you know? Anytime I get family pictures done that I pay for, trying to think, anything that says Grit and Grace, anything that has Beachbody on it, anything that has anything to do with our business, even if it's like maybe you buy a shaker bottle and you get a phrase put on the shaker bottle, that's like wear and share, really. I mean, think about like if you're putting Energize or, you know, something about having energy on there. I think you covered everything.
There's so much you guys can deduct, and you just take advantage of it. I mean, honestly, if you made less than what you spent, that's actually kind of benefits you because you won't owe anything. That's happened to me quite a few times. So just log everything that you spend, and it's okay if that happens to be the case. Hopefully, maybe eventually it won't be, and you'll be making mega bucks. But yeah, it actually works in your favor because then you don't owe the government anything because you spent too much money. So.
Yeah, last year it bit me in the butt because I did what you did and I waited until the end and scrambled, and our tax writer or like accountant kept coming back saying, you need to find more write-offs. You need to find more write-offs. So we were like scrambling. Like we wrote off, I ended up buying like an iPad and a laptop at the end of the year so that we could have that as a write-off. And it was stuff we needed, but you know, next year it'll be better. Definitely write off your office space. The one thing about office space though, and luckily I've not been audited and in my new house it won't be an issue, but my office space in this house was also a spare bedroom, and legally your office space can only serve as office space. It cannot be your workout space. It cannot be a space where guests spend the night. It cannot serve any other purpose. Yeah, legally. So if you ever got audited,
mine was a shared
we always said, we were like, well, if we get audited, we'll get the mattress out of there as quickly as possible. Because ours, I mean, people didn't come and stay often, but it did have a bed in there, and that was where people slept and where I worked.
I slept there.
Yeah. So know that if you, like my one friend, my dad's best friend, works from home. He works for a credit card company, and he had a treadmill or a bike or something in his office, and he got audited, and they told him like, you can't write it off because you also exercise in here. Like they're that specific about it. So just know that if you get audited, get whatever it is out of there that is in there. Can't think of anything else. This is what I wanted to say. So sometimes I'll go to Starbucks and do like a power hour and be like either on with someone, like Sarah and I do that a lot in the summer. We just figure out like 9 a.m. is a good time and the kids are at school and I'm available and she's available. So we'll both just pop on and work together on Zoom, and I might be at Starbucks talking to her while I'm there. So I write off that coffee and everything as a business meal, even though we're not in person. So if you are like somewhere and maybe you're just texting someone back and forth while you're there, or you're on a phone call with them or FaceTime with them, that counts. I mean, I'm sure that's a little loose, but I think that would be legal to write off. We're not allowed to write off, unfortunately, exercise equipment or shoes or anything like that unless it's made by Beachbody, or it has like if you like make some custom Nikes or something that say Grit and Grace, then you could write those off. I've actually thought about doing that.
Didn't somebody used to write off their groceries?
I wrote off my crock pot meal one time, and then I was told you can't do that. because I was running that free group specifically for
Right.
for that, and someone told me no. Sarah, I think Sarah writes off something to do with food. I'll have to ask her. Yeah. But yeah. If you have a question about it, I would ask your CPA and let them, and it is, I know it saves you a little bit of money right now to not work with a CPA, but because you're an entrepreneur, if
I
you
recommend it.
don't know what you're doing and you make a mistake, it's on you. If you don't know what you're doing and your CPA makes a mistake, it's on them. So it actually, like if you ever did get audited, it might pay for you to have that CPA because they would end up being penalized, not you, for whatever was wrong in the thing. Jen, I saw you asked about workout clothes. I think those are kind of loosey-goosey. Like if you just go into Dick's and spend $100, I don't think you can write that off. But if you've got something like, let's say, for example, I see a shirt on Etsy and it says Grace on it or Grit on it or something like that, then I could probably write that off as wear and share. Anything you buy through the Beachbody website, anything, whether it be workout clothes or a new thing of sliders or anything like that, that's all a write-off. That's why I went ahead and bought the Beachbody Step, because it was a little bit more, but now I can write it off as opposed to just going on Amazon and saving $20. Yeah, it has to have, I mean, honestly, if you really wanted to like push it, you could like get stickers made that have our logo on them and put a sticker on your step and say, oh, this is wear and share, you know, because, or this is equipment, you know, with our logo on it. I mean, really, that would work. Because I used to buy note cards. Well, note cards would be a write-off anyway, but I used to buy stickers and I would put stickers on stuff like shaker cups and all sorts of stuff, and that was always a write-off. I had someone just design them and print them for me. Okay. Yeah, I think that's everything. You did a really good job, Jackie. I was just trying to add anything I didn't hear. But I'm going to stop recording.